Hi. All right. First of all, welcome to the presentation, and thank you so much for letting me take a little bit of your time in your monthly Board of Trustees meeting. Really appreciate it. And while I'm sure many of you already know me, since I am the events manager for the Arts Commission, my name is Kira Wolkins, and I look forward to working with you. So, today we're going to be talking about supporting the arts post-pandemic. And as I'm sure pretty much all of you saw in our pre-meeting email, we're going to be talking about one of our old events, Artomatic 419. But first of all, what I'd like you to do is think back. I want you to think about your experience with Artomatic. Artomatic has been an event in our community since 2005, and I'm sure many of you either attended it or even were part of planning it. It was an amazing event and has been an amazing event, but we did discontinue it. But I want you to think specifically about the impact it had on our community, the life it brought to the different areas of town, and how influential it was in bringing new artists into Toledo's arts community. So, thinking about that, I've seen the same impact. And because I've seen this impact, I believe that Artomatic is the best way to support artists and small businesses who've been negatively impacted by COVID-19. I think that we can reboot this event to do sort of special edition as the pandemic winds down to kind of bring us back to who we are as the Arts Commission, who we are as the Toledo arts community. So I know many of you have seen directly how COVID has impacted our city. I know I have as well. The pandemic has really brought us back to a time in which Artomatic is particularly relevant. The event was started as a way to create connections between artists and the community, as well as bring life to vacant spaces in the downtown Toledo area. And, we stopped it because there was an increase in development in Toledo, but look at where we are now. We are less connected than ever before, obviously social distancing, isolation, quarantining. People are unable to make the same connections they were before. And, with a reduced traffic to the downtown area, reduced spending by consumers because people are just buying the essentials, which is totally understandable, there are an increasing number of vacant spaces in our city. Small businesses are shutting down, and if they're not shutting down, they're struggling. And, this is something that Artomatic was originally created to address. So it's very appropriate for the time. We also have seen our events as the Arts Commission declining. So Art Loop, one of our events that was sort of a spiritual successor to Artomatic to continue keeping arts in our community, has been declining because we can't get people together. We can't, draw interest. It was declining before, and this is a perfect time to reevaluate where we're going next and kind of start fresh. So our role as the Arts Commission is easily stated right there in our logo, inspiring a vibrant Toledo. Our whole concept is to enrich our communities, to bring out the creative people around our city and give them a place to be seen and heard, supporting these artists and creating opportunities for them to grow and expand and just in general enrich our lives. So reinvigorating the community is something we're definitely going to need to do post-pandemic. The arts community in particular has suffered. There isn't a lot of spending being done on things that are not necessary. So, people need to be supported in this time and we need to help them get back on their feet. So, as Artomatic was formed for that networking and building up purpose, it is very, very, very relevant once again. So, talking about the future of Artomatic now. Artomatic is the perfect opportunity for artists to display their work and connect with one another as well as with customers. We've seen people do installations, performances, both musical and dance and theater and all sorts of arts. We have visual, audio, everything. It's really this meeting of the minds sort of thing where everyone can come and make themselves seen, and, it draws opportunities for collaboration and for growth and for, in general, enrichment. So also what we get to do with Artomatic is stimulate growth in the city. So not only do we have a history of, bringing about some of the most important creative businesses in our community, if we think of the Art Supply Depot and Handmade Toledo, which were both former sites of Artomatic events those buildings, that have now been filled. The area around where we hold our events gets increased traffic because of it. The businesses around it get to have more people seeing what they do, what they can offer, and definitely getting visited more often. We can think of Uptown Toledo, where Handmade Toledo was formed, and now we've got this great little set of stores and restaurants that are just thriving down there now. So it's a perfect example of how we've done in the past and what we can do in the future. So as we see the pandemic kind of reducing the vibrancy of downtown Toledo, we can really put some thought into where needs to be supported the most and bring a rush of people and customers to an area. So our original reason for ending Artomatic in 2015 was because we wanted to change the way we were supporting artists. We believed that their needs were developing and we needed to cater whatever we were doing for an event closer to what they needed now. And, we're going to have to do that again. The pandemic is changing things. It's going to change things for a long time. And we're going to have to reevaluate what is going to best serve our community and the artists in it. So Artomatic 409, as a collective experience, as a great gathering of artists, is the perfect way to get people together, to have them talk to one another and have them talk to us. We're going to gain a lot of insight from this. We're going to gain a lot of direct input from artists. It's not always the easiest to get a hold of people and convince them to fill out a survey or tell us what they think. But when they are in that moment, when they're in that space of creativity, they can say, this is what really benefits us about this event, or this is what we need more of, this is what we're going to need moving on from the pandemic, things like that. It's going to be a really great opportunity to learn exactly what people are looking for from us. Now, this is where you come in. So as the Board of Trustees, you are some of the biggest patrons of the arts in our city. You're very connected people, and we value you so much in the Arts Commission. You've helped us so much. We would not be where we are today without you guys. And so now I need you. Now I need your help. I know many of you were around for the formation or even the end of the original Artomatic event series, and this is where I need your input. I need to know, what is it that made Artomatic as great as it was, and what is it that made it end? We have things that we know and that we've told the public about how it ended, but I need to know genuinely, like from the inside perspective, what can we do differently this time to make it better, and how can we continue it further? I also want to make this an opportunity for you as trustees to share your connections, your resources, your valuable thoughts and creativity with the Arts Commission. You are so important to our development and our events. So I really want to work closely with the Board of Trustees for this event. So that's why we're going to be having a committee sign up. So you can contact me at the email on the screen, or you can message through the Zoom chat, or get in contact with me any way that you know how. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear your ideas. Even if you can't be one of the direct members of the committee, I would love just to know what your ideas are. We want to get as many ideas as we can going, because this could be a really big event and we have time to plan. Because the pandemic is still happening and we don't know when it's going to start to wind down, we have the time to make sure that this event will be exactly what it needs to be for the community and for us and for everyone involved. We're going to need time to plan safety measures, to gather the artists, to make sure everyone's represented and that we are creating a space that is open and welcoming and comfortable for people. So please contact me if you have any ideas, if you have an interest in this project, and give me your feedback. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much.
Nice job.